So ladies and gents, probably finished the last tutorial. It was a bit of a hurry, so we're going to go through the build settings just one more time. But if you did manage to make it work, you'll have noticed one thing that went quite wrong, especially if you did it as a multiplayer game. The camera that was put in would follow you on your scene here, but when someone else logged on, it would stay on your player. Their player would walk off into the distance, but it wouldn't actually follow and go along with them. So how do we sort that out? Firstly, I'm just going to drag our person, our prefab, back in and make sure the camera is on him. That's really important. Okay, the camera needs to be on the prefab. If you make any changes, easiest thing to do, rather than delete this and re-import it, if you just drag the whole thing on top of player, it updates it. Now, if we can reopen, so double click on the player controller, what you'll see is you've got a few more lines you need to put in. First off, we are going to create a variable called camera. And this is pretty much saying which camera are we using in the scene, which one is related to this person. And we're going to do something called void awake. So this is when it pretty much first starts. It's a similar one to that. So when it first starts this code, camera enabled equals false. So no camera will actually follow it. And then if we scroll down, so you just get these bits typed in. If we scroll down to the bottom, the public override void on start local player. So this is where, when we started the local player, we made him turn blue. And we also want the local player to have the camera enabled for them. So I make those changes, camera enabled equals true, file save. And then in Unity, if I go back to my player, you'll see under your player controller script, you've got bullet spawn, the bullet speed, and you'll have a gap for camera. Now what we need to do is drag from here the camera, drag from here the camera into it. So if I drag the camera into there. So the prefab one, the camera needs to go in from there. And I can delete this from the scene. So I'm going to go through the build settings again. So file, build settings, make sure that all open scenes are there and make sure they're ticked, and build. What it's going to do, it's going to create the game. I've called it multiplayer. You can save it anywhere, but this is just in my project folder. And once it's done, it will be in here. So you see it's called multiplayer. Let's go back to Unity, cross off this bit and press play. And as I said before, I'm going to be the LAN host. And that's my code. On another computer, you can do it on your own computer. Actually, you can do it twice, but obviously you can't easily play multiplayer that way. I'm going to double click on the multiplayer game. Make sure it's on the correct screen. I've got two, simple, windowed if you want to be able to see both things like I do, but it doesn't have to be windowed. And it's really small. So in the LAN client, I have to type this number here, 192.168.30.237, and LAN client. And now if I remove this person, you can see on both screens, it's following this person, this screen, staying with this person. And now if I move this one around, he moves around by himself. We can shoot the bullets bouncing off if they need to. And there you've got two players. Now the next bit we're going to do is add in the health bar. That's going to be on the next video. So that was a nice quick bit to get the camera working correctly.